Sasha always amazed me with his hard work and perseverance. When we met, he was just an ordinary guy from a simple, not so well-off family. And I'm no blue-blooded lady myself, though I suspect it might be the other way around. After our modest wedding, our family life wasn't marked by any particularly exciting events. My husband got a job as a sales representative without even having his own car. He was constantly out from dawn till dusk, running around the city on public buses. But apparently the pay was decent enough, or so I thought. Although whenever I asked my hubby to buy something, no, don't get me wrong, I'm not a shopaholic, he'd either respond with a meaningful sad groan or just flatly refuse, explaining it like, honey, be patient, we need to get on our feet, or something along those lines. But not because we can't afford it right now. We still need to make it through the month. He'd constantly promised that he'd soon establish himself in the company, get a good promotion, and then we'd start living like normal people. Of course, I agreed, but inside my emotions were raging and I wanted to scream, I want to live now, Sasha, right now. I'm not retired yet, but what can I do? Family, love, it's all good. Even though we didn't have kids yet. I kept waiting. Time flew by unnoticed. No, don't get me wrong, I didn't go around in torn stockings, God forbid. Of course, my wardrobe wasn't anything special to brag about, but my friends' husbands were always spoiling them. And what about that? They'd immediately tell me about it mockingly, showing off their latest gift. Meanwhile, my dear husband was always saving, pinching pennies, calculating something in his little notebook. Oh, how I hated it. Not my husband, but that little pencil and notebook with all those numbers. He'd write down absolutely every expense, even subway fares or bus tickets. Apparently, the family budget could spring a leak even because of an unaccounted for transit ticket. But what can you do? My friends laughed about it for a long time, but I put up with it anyway, supporting my husband. His career advancement, an absolute. They started raising his salary, and then came the promotions. Of course, I was extremely happy, grateful to the management, which appreciated my beloved. I was proud of his husband. Now I began to feel equal with my girlfriends. However, soon all my enthusiasm began to fade. This did not affect the financial situation of the family in any way. No, I'm lying. We began to go to a restaurant a couple of times a month. That's it. The ill-fated notebook also remained. Now it has become more presentable in a beautiful leather binding. To all my objections, hubby still answered with phrases. Honey, I have just begun to take off. Wait a little longer, everything will be fine. But as long as you need to exert yourself, you can't spend without having time to make good money. This is a sure road to collapse. Again, everything has come to a regime of rigid and cleanly simple redneck economy. What to do? I cried, freaked out, complained to my mother, my friends, and put up with it. And again, as a true dick up risk, she began to support her husband in everything and endure all the difficulties so much, hearing the constant, there is no money. This January day was unusually sunny. In the morning I was in a great mood. I felt that something very good was about to happen. I cooked a cool dinner and began to wait for my husband. The doorbell rang. I opened it. My beloved was standing, very drunk, very happy, a bottle of expensive wine in one hand and the other. The bouquet is gorgeous crimson red roses. I was a little taken aback, and my husband charged me from the doorstep. Dear, congratulations me everything. I'm in sales. I didn't fully grasp what was happening, but I immediately threw my arms around his neck, hugged and kissed him. Later, he explained that he managed to secure an excellent contract with a very important client. The CEO's gratitude led to his promotion, and it was quite a significant promotion. My husband was appointed as the commercial director with a salary of 100,000 rubles. I was overjoyed. For me, that's an incredibly high salary. I couldn't believe it. I kept asking my husband 10 times throughout the night, is this real or am I dreaming? I never imagined this happening, but now I'm sure our life will improve dramatically. Oh, how things will get better. My husband's hard work paid off. He worked tirelessly and dedicated 10 years of his life to the company. I was absolutely thrilled, proud, and content. But how wrong I was. A year has passed since my husband took this high-ranking position in the company, and he's earning very well, but it hasn't made any difference in our life. I wanted to buy a new washing machine to wash his shirts, but he said, "We didn't plan for these expenses. It's better to repair the old one." Our budget isn't flexible. I hinted at getting a loan, but from his words, it turned out that a loan is just an unreasonable and unnecessary overpayment to the bank. For our household expenses, groceries, and other things, my husband would provide the bare minimum. Oh, how he loves to eat well though. For my birthday, I ordered myself a fantastic dress that I've liked for a long time. He knew about it, by the way. In the evening, I hinted that I'd like to receive it as a gift. My husband raised his eyebrows in surprise and dryly replied, "We can't afford such extravagance. It would lead to an increase in our regular expenses, and we simply can't allow ourselves that." Of all life's pleasures, we've only started going to restaurants more often, now even a couple of times a week. But that's mostly because my husband loves to eat well and show off in public. Honestly, I really can't understand why one should strive for something, build a career, while denying themselves so much. Why achieve what you want only to continue living very simply, pinching pennies at every turn?